Like, my anger issues are so crazy. The cycle should break with me, and you know who you are. And I know you're watching this. But my parents come with a big lot, because it's one of the most horrible experiences I've had in my life, and I just cannot imagine being in that kind of a place again. Hello, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, hi, my name is Ashmita. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I chose to not have kids. I'm going to turn 30 in the next couple of months, and I've been married for 5 years. Luckily, so far, no one has pestered me as to why I've not had children. A couple of people have asked me, but not pestered. I can just choose to not have children and not make a video about it. But I want to make this video for the people who love to assume and just make up things as to, oh, maybe she can't have children because of, health issues, or she's not happy with her husband, or whatever shit. No, I'm very happy with my husband. I'm very happy in my life and where my life is heading. But I want to say it from my side as to why I do not want to have children, for those people who like to assume, and you know who you are, and I know you're watching this. So I guess let's get into the video as to why I chose to have a child-free life. Okay, the first and foremost reason is my family. Because what if tomorrow I choose to have kids and my family comes back into my life? Of course, I'll be happy if my parents come into my life, especially my mom. But my parents come with a big lot, and I don't want them back in my life, because one, they will treat my child like absolute shit. In fact, me, Sean, and my child like absolute shit, because we are not as well off as my family is, and second, because Sean is from a different religion, and of course the child is gonna have his blood, right? And I say this with surety because I have seen with my own eyes as to how my family treats kids from the same community as to the kids from a different community, and my child does not deserve to go through that. And one more thing is, I definitely know that my family, including my parents, will never love my child as much as they love my sister's child, because again, my sister's child is gonna be from the same community and my child is not gonna be. And also, if they come back in my life, the child is gonna have very similar kind of conditioning that I had, because maintaining boundaries with my family is very difficult. Of course, I'm not gonna live with them, but it kind of still rubs off. And I grew up in a very, very toxic environment, and that's the last thing I would want for my child. Because with that kind of conditioning, when you go out and try to survive in the real world, it's so difficult, because they just put a lot of unnecessary noise into your head, and you grow up in a very messy and chaotic environment, and you are always in fight or flight mode, and your nervous system is so used to that when you try to get out of that environment, it's very difficult to find peace. But when you find peace, it's so difficult to accept that peace, because you've grown up in such a chaotic environment, and I do not want that for my child. And you can of course ask me, if you don't want your family to come back in your life, of course you can just not have them in your life, which is right. I can do that. But let's say I'm pregnant today with my child, I will of course want my parents to be with me. I will of course want my mom to take care of me. And of course, when I don't have that, I will go through a lot mentally. My mother-in-law will be there, and she's one of the nicest person, and I know for a fact that she'll take care of me really well. But still, you yearn for your mother's love, and especially when you're pregnant and you're going through pregnancy and all of that, everybody wants their mom to take care of them, be with them. And after you've given birth to your kid, you would want your mom to be with you, take care of you, and all of that. And I know for a fact that's not gonna happen. I will not be able to go to my house, nor can my mom come here and be with me and take care of me. So that's gonna take a huge toll on my mental health, and that is obviously gonna affect my child. The only possible way to avoid all of this is by not having a child. So my family coming back into my life is a problem, and not coming is also a problem. If it would just be my parents, especially my mom, maybe I would consider. But yeah, my family is the major reason why I do not want to have children. The next reason is of course my mental health and the baggages I come with, and my anger issues. Like, my anger issues are so crazy. I've been in therapy for over 2 years now, and I've been working on my anger issues for so long, but it's almost like this will always linger around me. And it's not right to bring a child into this world when you're not completely healed, because you are gonna pass on the generational trauma again onto the child. Like, the cycle should break with me. It shouldn't pass on to another human being. But at this point, or any point in my life, to be honest, I feel like I will pass that trauma. I do have 2 cats with me, right? Sometimes when my cat meows too much, like the younger one, Bullet, he still thinks of himself like a kitten, and he has separation anxiety with me. So he keeps meowing all the time. Sometimes I do lose my shit and I do yell at him. And now imagine that if it's a child and you yell at your child. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to my child. When I decide to have a kid, I want to be able to be a good parent and give my child everything that I wish I had got when I was a child. The next one is financial. And no, I'm not in a very critical position financially. But have you looked at the inflation in the world right now? Have you looked at how expensive everything is? Those days, our parents could easily have like 4 to 5 kids and still comfortably provide everything to their children. And today, it's difficult for two people to survive no matter how much money you make. If you have a kid, you have to send them to school. Have you looked at how pricey the schools and the donations and everything has become? Like, if you have to admit your child into a preschool, you have to give lakhs and lakhs of money for donation for basic. And I'll be honest, no matter how much money I make, it's never enough for myself alone, because I want to have so many luxuries in my life. And imagine having a child and having to provide a very comfortable life for them as well. The inflation is only gonna keep going up and up and up, and it's just gonna get difficult. So rather just make money for ourselves and enjoy our lives ourselves, right? Because Sean and I, we love to spend a lot of money, to be very honest, because we like to go out a lot, eat a lot. Now imagine having one more human being and having to spend for them, their school, their college, their fees, their bills and all of that. And I don't think I'm ready for that kind of a responsibility right now, because I just want to enjoy all the kind of luxuries for myself. And I think that is fair to want to just use all the money on yourself that you make. And the next one is, of course, the world is a cruel place, and God knows how long we are going to be around to protect our child. Because with the lifestyle choices me and Sean have, I don't think we are gonna be around here for long enough. And let's say the child is around 18 or 20 and we are not there anymore. Is that an age for a child to be all alone in this world with no support? Like, they are literally fresh adults. I'm 29 years old and I'm still figuring out life. And imagine at 20 years of life, they are left in this world all alone to take care of their responsibilities and all of that. Of course, it's not fair on them. That's not the age for a child to just be an adult and take responsibilities and all that. Of course, they have to take responsibilities at that age, but not the kind of responsibilities where your whole life has turned 360 and you're just out there figuring out life. And the next one is, like I mentioned, the kind of lifestyle choices that me and Sean have. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad in the sense, I don't mean that I drink around, smoke around and all of that. Both of us don't drink or smoke. Very, very, very occasionally it happens. The lifestyle choices I mean is, we get up pretty late, we eat our meals pretty late, we sleep pretty late. I try to keep getting my shit together, where there is a period of time where I wake up early, do everything on time and everything, and then I go back to my own old methods. So the kind of lifestyle choices that we have is quite questionable. And imagine with that kind of a health, we are giving birth to another child. Of course, it is gonna affect the child as well. And while growing up, the child is definitely gonna have quite a bunch of deficiencies because of our negligence. And it's not right to put the child through that. We are already so weak, and someone coming out of me is going to be much more weaker than me. And the next one is, of course, in this day and age, it's very difficult to take care of myself alone, let alone my husband. And now imagine you give me whole another human being and expect me to take care of them. Like, if my cook doesn't come, I don't even cook anything properly, and I just find something that's there in the kitchen and I try to eat and survive for the day. I can't do that to a baby. Like, it's so difficult to take care of yourself. Like, you have to work, you have to take care of your bills, you have to take care of your skin, you have to eat well, you have to wake up on time, you have to work out, you have to do this, that. It's so much just for me. How will I be able to take care of another human being? I skip so many meals even till today. How on earth am I going to take care of another human being? That is just impossible for me. The last one, people will say it's pretty selfish, but I think it's pretty fair. I don't want to lose everything I've worked hard for, because having a child means giving up on a lot of things and taking on a lot of responsibilities. And I don't think I want to be tied down after having a child. I don't mean it like, I want to travel the world and do whatever I want. I'm not a big travel person. I get very anxious while traveling, but just the fact that I can do whatever I want whenever I want. And that is not possible when you have a child, because you'll have to constantly keep thinking about the child, and you have to constantly keep thinking about how your decisions are gonna impact the child. I have 2 cats and I have to think so many times before I go somewhere, because where am I gonna leave the cats? Who's gonna feed the cats? Who's gonna take care of the cats? And having another baby means being tied down from a lot of things. And I've just literally started my career after I got married, because where I come from, women are not allowed to work. So it's just been 5 years since I've started my career, and I'm actually growing right now, and having a child means jeopardizing everything right now, because I don't have much help. So if I have a child, I have to put everything aside and put the child first. Then what about my dreams, what about my career, and what about the things that I want to have? And the only possible way to avoid all this and live my dreams is by not having a child. And I think it's very much fair to not have a child, because the child did not come up to me and tell me that they want to be born. An unborn child is still better than a born traumatized child or not taken enough care child. And no matter what you give your child and how much you try to protect the child, at the end of the day, the child will someday grow up and get into the real world, and they have to face all the obstacles in real life, in the real world. And someday the child is going to feel that, I wish I wasn't born. Nobody can do anything as to how anybody's life is going to turn out to be. And I've also been depressed for many years, and I know what depression looks like, and I've been working on my mental health and healing a lot right now. I don't want to put myself through that again, because postpartum depression is very much real. A lot of people don't face it, but a lot of people do face it, and I feel like I will definitely have postpartum depression, and I can't even imagine going through that dark phase again, because it's one of the most horrible experiences I've had in my life. Trigger warning, but there have been times where I've literally wanted to kill myself every single day. I would literally beg God to kill me in my sleep, and I've tried to kill myself, and I don't want to go through that dark phase again, because I've worked so hard to be where I am mentally, and I just cannot imagine being in that kind of a place again. So yeah, combined all of this, I chose to live a child-free life, and to be very honest, it's nothing but amazing. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, share this video, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you all in my next video. Until then, it's bye from Ashmita.